Well, I think we could take him at this point, but there are 3 small boys here, and that's the priority, really. I'm gonna take a few steps forward. And this thing's already announced its intent to consume us, right?
Yes, small food, get in my belly.
I'd like to cast command on it.
All right.
Choosing command, drop.
All right.
I
What do I have to do? A save
The
on
save is Wiz 15.
Wiz. I'm a -1 to this. 13.
That does not save.
So he drops his
It says,
great club.
On the creature's next turn, the target drops whatever it is holding and then ends its turn with no other action.
All right. So the creature stands there hearing this little thing tell him to drop it. Or what did you say? Just
I'm only allowed 1 word.
drop. It's kind of staring at you now.
There's a different word for that. Magic is weird.
Magic is weird. So you've moved some. You've used an action. Do you have any?
Let's see. I would tell the boys to get in the cart.
This is backcountry.
Good idea.
Also,
Yes.
All right.
and let's see. Shield up. Symbol up. Yeah, I'll pass.
All right.
No more spells, I think. So.
I love that that's just verbal too. It's nice and easy. All right. So it then comes to Jerk's turn.
It's probably
It's Pip actually. Chad, you never met him before. He actually looks kind of tough. Carp about the same for the 14 and 15-year-olds. The 13-year-old smallest one's Pip. Run.
Yell game mechanics at an NPC.
run before it.
Okay.
So while you're carrying someone by grappling them,
Your speed is halved. So you
I
can
would
bonus
say
action dash.
this far.
Bonus action dash. Use 10 to get to him. That leaves you with how much?
20, so that would get you 10 feet, and then you use your dash action to get you another 15, so you could get there.
Does it say,
It's
Well,
Azita and her horse.
is Pip considered a medium or small? Does it take into account weight?
Is Pip?
I mean, has the growth spurt hit 13?
I'll roll
but
for it.
Not like a gnome size.
We'll roll for it. I'm gonna do it on screen too. If it's 10 or lower, he's small. Pip's a small guy. Just a
So
tiny little dude.
Does it affect his movement speed then, carrying him?
It might not. You could make that judgment. You look at Pip and you think maybe you could pick him up without it bothering him. Okay.
You think a small shot? Never mind.
Okay. Never be an adventurer again.
No,
You're
do whatever
gonna
you
make
want to
it
do, man.
Take it an arrow to the knee.
Do it.
Do. Okay.
Do whatever you want.
It's not attacking on its turn, man.
It can't
Which
do
is
anything
all the
right now.
more reason to get the damage in now.
You're familiar with what Godwall did when he raised his hand and told it to drop, and the creature seems to have stopped moving. Okay. Roll to hit.
It is stressful.
20 hits. How much damage does the hill giant take? Six damage as a crossbow from the heavy crossbow. The heavy crossbow flies out, and it think kind of makes a little noise, and it hits into its knee. Get in between them and the hill giant.
Let's say, come over here by me. Let's get this sign in my belly. Okay.
Why? Okay. You don't want your
right?
ally nearby? Yeah.
No sneak attack for you. Fine. I see how it is.
Okay. You still have a bonus action. You could try and hide behind the horse. Stealth. Stealth, Chris.
Me, the stealthiest character in the game. I hide. What do I roll?
That's right. You are hiding behind a sizable horse with a sizable creature back. But I believe that makes it now Azita's turn.
Okay.
be
So quick
hilarious.
question for you. If I move my horse to demount it, can I still use the rest of the horse's movement to have it run away?
You use your interaction to slap the horse on the butt.
I mean, yeah, I could do that. As long as I got
Yeah.
my great sword out, too.
You could use half of your movement to dismount and slap it on the butt and ask it to leave.
Yep, and then it would go back there for 25. And yeah, it'll just stand in front of
How
Jerk.
much?
Go back to that part of it costing 15 to get off the horse.
Yeah, it costs you 15. It costs you half movement to dismount.
So
Right,
unless you
but
have-
would it be my move? Like, would it be the horse's
It costs
movement?
you half
or
of
would it
your movement.
Right, so the horse's other movement would still be left behind, correct?
So if you move the horse closer first,
So if you ride the horse up to the hill giant,
Right, I ride the horse up to
Dismount.
the hill giant.
Yes.
Dismount, that would be my movement as a Zeta. The horse would still have its extra 30 movement though, correct?
you've got the way you said that is backwards. So you are riding the horse. In order to
Correct.
get off of the horse, costs you 15. Doesn't matter when you do it on the horse's movement.
Right,
So
but
then-
does that count against the horse's movement or my movement?
Counts against yours.
Counts against yours. The horse has 60 feet of movement.
Yeah, so the horse would still be able to move back where it was.
But if you in the order of things, if you dismount, you're not going to make it up to that hill giant.
No, I said I'm riding up to the hill giant, dismounting, then having my horse run back.
Okay, then move your fucking horse. Don't move
that was
you.
fine.
Okay, there, look, my horse moved, dropped me off. Ah, no, I didn't want to grab me. And then the horse
Oh
went
my
back
gosh.
to cover and jerk. That's literally all the horse did.
But,
You slap the horse on the butt, and it
Yeah.
goes running, and it goes north.
Okay. It went north that direction, roughly about 35 feet then.
Yeah, because this wasn't like a. You're
Okay.
mental bond with your familiar or something. This is
Okay,
you
that's fine.
slapping a
Okay.
horse on the ass and hoping it moves.
All right. And then, now that I'm here in this spot, bonus action rage. So I have
All
to
right.
roll the d8 first before we do anything else.
Right.
That's a 7. So, shadows weave around a weapon of your choice you are holding. Until your rage ends, your weapon deals psychic damage instead of its bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage, and it gains the light and throwing properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If you drop the weapon or throw it, the weapon dissipates and reappears in your hand at the end of your turn.
Woo!
Light. That means you can two-hand.
And it's going to be my greatsword.
So she rages and pulls out her great sword. The great sword seems to be enveloped in a kind of shadow, and she holds it up above her head.
And then do I still have my actions or no?
Do you have to rage after an action?
No,
I think you just
I
used your
just
bonus
do it
action.
as a bonus action. So yeah, then 2 attacks on him. So first attack with a d20. That looked like a 15 on my screen. That's bullcrap. But the first one,
It does actually on mine too. It's really like, how can a digital die
Yeah.
be cocked? Like, come on,
Right.
guys.
I don't know.
so the first attack is a 12.
Okay. 12 doesn't not get through the giant's thick skin. As you raise up the sword and bring it down, it just wasn't enough force to get through its
Oh, wait a
thick
minute.
body.
Do
Did
I
you
get
add
it? The
Did
plus
you add a rage
2?
bonus?
Well,
That's damage.
yeah, that's melee damage. So
Oh.
that's why I had to double check quick, was to make sure it wasn't on attacks as well.
Are you
So
attacking
s-
recklessly?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So second attack. Boop. Unnatural 20.
That hits. That gets through the armor.
So 2d6 plus 6.
Ouch.
So that is 8 damage. That was psychic damage.
Takes psychic damage.
And what were the other things that it said? Oh, I gotta click that. Sorry, this is taking a second because I have to pull up multiple pages.
By the way, the giant did swing at your horse, but it missed.
Okay.
It was its reaction.
My command
Not
only
until
affects
command.
its turn. I can't get rid of its reaction that way.
Okay,
This was a good order for things to happen in. It's very advantageous.
I'm trying
Alright.
to make sure there's no other damage because it does like my sword itself is radiant, but it said under that spell it became psychic. And
Instead of the bludgeoning, does it do bonus radiant damage?
that's what I'm trying to find out.
I'll
No,
look. Okay.
no, it doesn't do it.
It
It
just
replaces,
is radiant damage. Okay.
Well, it's psychic damage on my weapon, and then my sword is radiant damage.
+1 bonus to attack.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and then you can use
I can use
its
that as
light.
a torch, or like there's a reaction thing I can do, but
Yep. Which would still apply.
no,
And
I
you
have
still-
to be hit. I have
Okay.
to be hit for the reaction, but yeah, I'm done with my turn.
Okay. You have 15 feet of movement too, and we'll let you know. But then that brings us to Taliesin. Taliesin, this giant beast in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
An
Yeah.
unfortunately familiar sight.
So you said that this is a great advantageous order for things to go into. I disagree with you.
No,
Five,
The
10.
order of
Divine
command and its turn. Yeah. That worked
yeah,
out really
no,
well.
I disagree because I really wanted to do, and what I'm going to do is charm person. But because you guys are already attacking it, it gets advantage.
Okay.
So
It's not very
do-
hot.
do
I mean,
you
it's
know
not,
if
but I'm just like,
done?
man.
Charmed person only works on a humanoid, not a
Is he not a
giant
humanoid?
or a.
Nope.
He's a giant.
Oh, well, I thought giants were humanoids.
Nope, they're their
It's
own
not how
race.
it works in D&D. It's
Damn
really
it.
stupid.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright. So never mind. Then it does work out. Then I will just. I was like, God, man, I wish I had good initiative because I could have done this and just told it to go the fuck away. but never mind. I'm gonna do call lightning on the fucker.
All right. What does it do? Tell us all about this call lightning.
So I run over. I don't even 20 fucking feet. So as I run past the boys, I'm like, to the cart now! And then I pull out my staff and I slam it on the ground. And as I do so, you guys hear the crackle of thunder, and my eyes just go like flat white, and they seem to glow, and the sky darkens as a storm starts swirling ahead above us, and lightning shoots down. And he has to make a dex save of 14.
All right. It's not very dexterous. It's a -1 on that.
This is really
Natural 1.
Okay.
Does the
It's
damage crit.
So he takes 24 damage.
Nice.
Lightning shoots through his body.
Up from the sky, this bullet rocks and shakes it. You see its eyes kind of roll back for a second as it takes this electrical bolt of damage. What does that mean, Azita?
Hmm?
10 damage total
Oh.
to do rage.
Yeah, because I rolled damage that came out as 8 plus 2 from the rage.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to add that into my total. Didn't I? Oh wait, no, I lied. So never mind. It is only damage. I did add
It's
that in.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it-
it's-
It's not storming, is it? No, it's just a clear day.
Well, it might be now.
I mean, it is now.
Right.
if it's already storming, I get.
There was a brief,
attack.
yeah, there's that brief moment, the 6 seconds of clouds forming to.
Like no, it's high noon in the.
I think you have movement still, and then it'll be
Me?
Novak.
No, I moved.
Oh,
30
you use
feet.
yours?
Yeah.
All right. Unless you have a bonus action, it's Novak's turn.
Not that I can use because all my bonus actions are spelled. Yeah. Nope. It's Novak's turn.
Alright. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what to do.
It's all right.
So, Azita's over here standing next to the giant right now, right?
Oh, and
Yeah,
sorry,
she
go
went toe to toe with it.
Azita jumped off her horse, grabbed out a really big sword, yelled, and started backing at the thing.
Zeta doesn't like not being the biggest thing in the room.
Zeta doesn't like the idea of becoming a snack.
Right?
And we've already done some damage. Well, I can't.
I did want
So-
to mention the storm stays there until I'm done casting these lightning bolts.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Does that mean it's gonna be muddy terrain now?
It's not raining. It's just a storm cloud.
Dark storm cloud above.
I'm assuming like heat lightning kind of thing.
So, what I'm gonna do. is
Magical
I'm
heat
gonna
lightning.
move Up.
Now remember, your horse can move 60. It
Yeah.
can also dash, and then you still have your actions while riding it. Mounts are pretty broken as far as like this kind of top-down battle goes. Yeah, mounted combat's
Get a
it's a
horse.
deal.
Well, I want to move. I want to stay on my mount, and I want to. So that'd be 60 feet.
You have also seen it swing. So, as a player, like outside of the game, you would know that it can't, like, this is meta game stuff. It can't attack again. It's used its reaction already.
Mhm.
So, if you were like, you wanted to run up, get close, hack it, or slash it, and run off, it's already used that ability to attack you when you're moving away. So, that is a possibility on your list of possibilities. I know I'm just adding one thing to the pile.
Maybe on the next round. Right now, I'm just gonna shoot him with my light crossbow. Or, oh, you said it was okay to use my hand crossbow twice, right?
Yeah, your hand cross. So you have
I have 2 attacks.
2 attacks normally. Your hand crossbow can also be an offhand attack.
Yeah, so I get an extra attack normally, anyways.
Your
So-
fighters, this is what you get to do. Is you get to attack a lot. You don't use lots of magic. You don't know lots of things. You're just trained at fighting.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna attack with my hand crossbow twice.
Hmm.
Come back. After moving up. Go away. So that would be a 15 for the first one.
Okay, 15 hits.
15 hits.
Crossbow bolt thunk, pierces into its chest as it stands there.
And be 5 for damage for that.
All right.
Then the second attack would be a 21
21 hits.
with a 4 damage.
Are you adding your modifiers?
Yeah, because it's
Oh, you are?
2
Wow.
normally. Yeah, that was just really low.
Now I'm gonna say here, this is a great opportunity for you to use something like Action Surge, where you get 2 more attacks.
So I'm allowed to get 2 more attacks than if I use the action surge.
Mm-hmm.
Your extra
Sorry,
attack
shoot.
applies to any time you use a full action to make attacks.
All right, and your Action Surge lets you take another action, so you can get 4 of those attacks in.
Fuck
You've
yeah,
already
why
done
not?
2.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
hell
only
yeah.
chiseling away from them, but
Right.
Alright, we're light hand crossbow shots, 4 bolts. It'd be a what did I say? 14,
14 hits.
14, 8 damage.
Plus 8 damage. Tum, tum, tum.
Alright, the next one, last one. It's a 20, so it'd be 25.
It's
Then it would be a 3.
So you got 1 more with 3 damage in.
Mhm.
All right. You're pulling out that hand crossbow after you've chunk, 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 chunk with your crossbow. It's just
Yeah,
like-
you know, I'm like slightly going down the hill, just like firing these little like hand crossbow bolts as I
while riding a horse. Chunk, chunk, chunk,
go
chunk,
land
chunk.
next to Zeta's horse over
You're
there.
just like ah. Pull out the loaded hand crossbow.
Yeah, wondering why the fuck Zeta's all the way up against the fucking.
You know,
Creature.
that might be your limitation on the hand crossbow. Even it's just like it's loaded, then you can throw it in once. But that's not on an action. I don't see that anywhere in two-handed fighting.
I know the details about it. What we're doing right now is not broken, and we can discuss it later.
Yeah, because what she's got. Yeah. All right. Okay. So you want to what that last one, or what was that last one? 20.
That was
You do
the
1 more
last one,
damage. All right. +1. tink, as this thing now has 5 bolts sticking out of the spot. It's-
3. The last one would be 3.
Last one was 3 damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Chunk, 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 chunk. And they're just all sticking out, push, pin cushion style out of its chest. Takes more damage and hits. That brings us to Pubert.
All right. Well, looks like I'm going to be doing the whole run.
If you want to jump down here, there's a javelin here.
Yeah. What's the height on these?
They're about a 10-foot ledge.
That's something people might do.
Yeah, I can see myself jumping off of here. I'm just wondering about my ostrich. Could he do it?
What did we say? We flavored it, but we're using the stats of a different creature.
Yeah, it's
I
a
would
war
say
horse.
use that creature's dexterity to see if it lands without taking the 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, let me see if I got it under my notes.
It's got a +1.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. Lewis just came into this world. I'm not gonna take him out right away.
I mean, you have plenty of movement to do it too.
Yeah, so I can probably run up there, especially if it's like his action to count as a dash.
Yep. Mounted combat. Cray cray.
Mounted combat. And what the hell? I will attack twice with my hair sword.
All right.
So for my first attack, like what ho!
21 hits.
D8 plus 5. So I'll do like a, I don't know, he trots by.
11
Yeah.
damage.
Um,
Sorry, he trots by.
He kind of trots by, and just in time, Lewis will duck his head so that Pubert can swing.
And then next, that hits too. Do you also have multi-attack?
I do,
Jesus,
I've got
what am
2.
Jesus, some deal.
It's
All right.
faster. It honestly balances out.
I know. I get it. I'm just gonna
Mounts are kind of broken.
I'm gonna
mounts are
be
nuts.
thinking about my action economy in future. But all right, yeah. So that one hits and another 8 damage. So only recently emerging from the woods, though familiar, and it has eaten an oxen in the past. Announces that you are small food, and you guys start slaughtering it,
nuts.
chipping
away. Yeah, you're just going at it.
You said we're near a town, right? We passed a town on the way here.
Yeah.
So.
And then,
we're close.
Yes, you guys are. Well, it wasn't a town. It was ruins of the town, old ruins of Connieberry. But
Fair enough.
but still, yeah, no, he's on the Tribord Trail. With command, he has to. It's his turn, so he has to
Says-
drop his weapon.
Drop whatever it is holding, and then ends its turn with no other action.
It just looks back, drops the club, raises its arms up, and goes, "Ah! No food are you?" And that's its turn. The boys, Carp, Pip, and Chad, having initially been frightened by the beast and its appearance, and all right, and so two of them aren't any longer, are still able to then go and follow the orders now, as they were initially too surprised. 5, 10, 20, 30, 5, jump up on the cart, 5, 40, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 5, gets up on the cart, and Carp, after having taken an arrow and being revived, and being shocked to seeing it, I've only moves 25 feet as he kind of stands in awe at the battle in front of him, eyes wide open, mouth agape, just, oh shit, you guys.
Hey,
We're seeing
language.
Sparkle Motion fight! Yeah! And he just kind of stops and cheers up where he's at. It is
The cart now.
It is now Godwald's turn.
Top of
No
round three,
lollygagging.
I would like to attempt another command.
Okay.
Command grovel
Ooh.
on the giant.
So he does a save.
Wins versus 15.
Versus 15. He gets a 16, but his wisdom is -1, so 15 meets it.
That meets. So
Ah.
there is no effect.
All right.
That's my action. Click. See him shaking. They're all getting closer. I think I'll pass.
Okay. That
Yeah, I'll
brings us
just be
to.
the furthest one from the thing.
All right. That brings us to Jerk's turn.
Me?
I mean, you're better. Honestly, you're best off just sneak attacking him, because I'm pretty sure Bear and I got him pretty distracted at this point.
I was gonna say my whole
Like,
thing
let
is distraction too.
Yeah,
He
let the
also-
tanks do the tank.
He also might be a little crispy.
And what's your? Yeah, he's
Yeah, we're-
charred. He's charred. He's a pincushion, and he's bleeding.
I don't.
It's. I was gonna ask, is it 30 or 35 for you and your 30? Okay. Attacking with your rapier.
Didn't everyone make a bunch of different commands and then their mods changed?
16 hits. And you have 2 allies nearby. Although your hiding went away when the horse ran. That
You
was
can
kind of
deal
funny.
1d8 plus 3d6 plus 4.
Plus 3d6.
And you can run that all as one line if you want to see all hit it once.
Plus 4.
Just 4 for your modifier. $16 damage. Rapier sinks into the hill giant and just pierces through. You find just a really soft looking spot on its underside, low side. You're like low. You're like not even half the height of this thing, and so you're like shoving up. You wanna, as you. Okay, yeah, no, you pierce the balls. You shrink, and you're like, oh, I knew that would work, because it's just standing over your giant dick and it in your face.
I was gonna say you accidentally.
You're like, oh, I know it. Yeah. So you skewer a ball, and that looks like it. Then just the blood just kind of, as you pull the rapier back out, just goes, and like there's now a small stream of.
Does he get ball blood on him?
Let's see.
You should.
Natural 20 ball blood. Sorry.
Yep.
I feel like I should have used my reaction to impose
As
disadvantage.
you basically like get up underneath him, go shook and do a shit ton of damage on him. But you're gonna be hurting him a lot. But as you pull the blade out, blood just goes gets on your pants. Yeah. Okay.
Go for the Achilles heel.
Damn, nice.
Alright, 25 hits for sure. Sneak attack already happened once this round.
You get just 1d4, and that is
So
it.
just a d4.
Nice.
Nice.
Max damage.
Hit him for 4. Is it in the ball again?
No, hit the other ball, man. Get both of them.
Alright.
Playing the long game here.
It's the same ball, so you go, and you kind of have to do like
I
a little
mean-
bit of a jump, like to get in, but you do get the next one in.
Neuter him.
One in your
No
pants.
more
And you're like,
giants.
"Ah, ah." Hanging out. It screams at the top of its lungs. Blood's pouring out.
So in a video, I'll show it to you after the stream.
It looks. All of this damage. It looks very, very, very hurt. Azita, it is your turn.
I'm just going to attack twice with my greatsword.
Would you like to attack recklessly?
Two-handed greatsword, swirling
No.
black, shadowy energy around the huge blade.
Ooh.
Are you?
Oh well. That one failed without a doubt, because that's only +7. So that would be a 15 on the second one and a 13. Or no, a 12 on the first one.
The 12 misses. So your first attack is you kind of go in and draw on that first hit, doesn't hit, but that next one, if it's +7, does hit.
Yep. So then 2d6 plus 6. 15 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna climb up his
Oh.
belly, and like, Azita will like jump up onto his belly, kind of bounce off, and then take her greatsword straight through his throat as she falls to the ground with him.
So as Azita's got this beast in and just watched him get just chopped in the balls, she's like not gonna, she doesn't want to be outdone. She first attack actually just like goes into it to like into this leather armor on it, and she pulls herself up, draws the blade back around, brings it down on the neck of the beast as it just impales it right through its throat and its spine collectively. Its eyes just immediately go blank and limp, and it falls into a big, giant, dead, bloody pile.
Combat over.
Combat over.
Azita's going to work on getting this thing's head off.
Yeah,
Da 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 da.
this level is a huge power spike, honestly.
You can't have the teeth out of the skull of the giant I killed.
For everyone, it's a power spike.
Talistan slowly closes his eyes, and when he opens
you
them
can
back
have his
up, his eyes
balls.
are back to normal, and they're no glowing white. And he puts his staff away.
I'm just gonna
Carp-
watch this argument
Carp
between
is
Azita
just-
and Jerk and just kind of like.
Isn't this Pip?
No, one's Carp. Pip's
Oh,
in
is
the,
it? Okay.
and Chad's the blonde one. As Carp's standing there, as he didn't get to the cart, he totally believed that you guys were gonna annihilate. He did not need to actually get to the cart. He was just like cheering. He's like, yeah, that was fucking amazing! And he's just flipping it, losing his shit. He runs over to the other boys who are now sharing his enthusiasm. Are just like, oh my god, you guys just see that! And they're just like rioting over there. So I'm sorry, we had some things we wanted to do, but
I feel like
They're-
one, somebody needs to talk to the boys to like scare them and have them come to like we don't need to do this. But two, I'm gonna go off and get some more goblin hands. Like just start collecting.
You were up there and you saw
Wanna
all the
yell.
goblins.
Grab their
Hey.
ears. They're worth money.
Grab my javelins while you're at it.
all right. I hear Novak goes to a goblin to start chopping off. Ears are probably easier to carry.
Yeah, I was like, sure, why not ears today?
Oh, that's right. It really doesn't matter to you. You take whatever you want. It doesn't, you're fine. Take as many hands as you get. But okay, and then what else did I hear after that? Is Zeta immediately said she wanted the head of this thing. And I
Yes.
heard Jerk really wants to get some teeth, so you guys can have that out between
Yeah,
yourselves.
no, we already had it. I told him he could have the testicles. That's what he like took off of the guy. Hill giant. No, you can't have the testicles.
Take this.
I'll
mean-
fuck you up. This is
I
my
mean, I
head,
did-
and I
Anyone
want the
else?
teeth.
Chris.
I mean, I did the most damage, so.
Okay, if Novak can hear this, she's gonna stop what she's doing and turn around and load up her little hand crossbow again. See what she-
Uh-oh. Oh no, what have we started? I just
Get
want
back.
the head. But the teeth are part of the head.
I should have bit him in the head. The head can trust the ear.
All right, you guys fight it out.
Yeah, you
Duel
guys
for the head.
argue over that.
Duel for the head.
Taliesin, you doing anything here as combat roll?
I would like to go through and take if Novak is just gonna take like stuff, because I know that the goblin.
I get the ears now, so I'm taking the ears off the goblin. But if you
Are
take
you?
the hands off the goblin, they won't know that it's double the goblin.
Well, here's the thing. Are you willing to share
They have
this
right
bounty
hands.
with us?
Left hands and right ears and left ears. I always kind of assumed that you always just were grabbing right ears or right hands all the time, so that it was like, yep, 1,
Are
2,
you-
3, 4.
Are you willing to share this bounty with us? Of turning in the goblin ears.
Sorry,
Sure, as long as I get to keep my intact hill giant head.
he is talking to Novak. You are arguing with Jerk.
Yeah. You guys can duel for all I care.
We're having
But yeah-
a little conversation over here. Like, you can take their hands, I'll take their ears. They don't have to know it's the same goblin.
Jerk, honestly, arguing with the barbarians is only gonna get you so, which is nowhere. But
Novak, you have experience in this. You would know that if you went to go turn in a bounty, that you're pretty much claiming the same part over and over. Otherwise, they're gonna have this argument with you. They're gonna be like, "Well, if you bring me like 4 goblin feet, 4 goblin hands, and 4 goblin ears, how do I know you didn't just kill 2 goblins?"
Well, I'm hoping if I put the goblin ears in my bag, they preserve a little bit better than just carrying them around. So their decay rate may look a little bit different.
You wanna like come back and bring it back in? Okay, yeah, absolutely. That is totally a thing.
so you're cutting
So you,
off.
so you
both
have
ears?
you have a plan for this. is
I
what
have a
I'm sure.
plan already, yeah.
You people are really complicated in your attempts to like get more money out of my town.
Yes, but the money
They want the
benefits
money.
you.
It's
You
okay.
do not need money. It's a benefit for your group.
The town is a lot safer without a hill giant in the neighborhood.
Hey, Jerk, remember when you wanted to shoot this thing years ago? I didn't do anything to you.
Why would you say it to anyone other than Zeta?
You get one.
So
All right,
why?
Drunky.
What's the thing with the
I mean, he's
teeth?
playing his
What's-
character. I don't think he's actually mad at us.
He's totally playing his. No, he's totally
Yeah.
playing his
Yeah, he's
character.
playing
His
jerk.
character has a weird obsession with teeth, and Azita has a weird obsession with skulls. That this was bound to happen.
All right. So to make sure things aren't getting out of hand here. When I hear
all right.
party members saying "fuck you" to each other,
Yeah.
I got a
No,
red
he's
flag.
playing his character.
So,
As
character,
Jerk walks by, can I just be like, just steal a tooth? Like, you're good at that. Just, it's fine. But she hits things really hard. Just, I mean, I did outdamage her, but it's fine.
All right.
Does Azita hear all this?
Oh.
No, we're way far away from you.
well,
Oh no, hold on.
well, there's
Azita,
a dragon here.
Azita, roll me perception. They are whispering and they are a distance away from you.
We are 30 plus feet away from you.
Right.
How well is the dragon here?
It kind of depends. They're
I mean,
whispering.
it's a straight
the high
roll,
DC.
so she's not wise, so it's a straight 17.
Yeah, you can't quite hear them. You hear them. They are whispering, but you can't hear
Okay.
what they say.
Okay.
I should have just said disadvantage. Yeah.
You're a tiefling.
Dude, that was so cool. You guys were so amazing. Oh, wait to go. Giant moles. Will you let us stab them? Like, I want to. Like, then like, could we fight next time?
Can
oh my
I-
god, it's so cool. And they're just flipping out.
I want to walk up behind him and be like, did we almost get killed by a giant, or did we just like murder it? I was like, let's let him, and then I like pat Jerk on the shoulder. I'm like, let's let him stab some more and take him.
All right. Azita, I need you to roll me 3 attack rolls for you to try and get the head off of this hill giant. It is extremely large. This object, so I need to see 3 of them because I want to see if getting through the neck and if you're like hitting the jaw or whatever you do. Okay, clean cuts through it. You now have the head of a hill giant, which is probably like in the realm of like a 3-foot cube. So like 3 foot by 3 foot, like this thing is massive. Like it's one of the large parts on a very large creature.
And does it weigh
No.
more than 25 pounds?
Oh yeah, it's.
I'm not worried.
I mean that big.
Yeah, if
I
the
know.
I'm
average
trying to think
human
of a
brain-
comparison of what's like around me that I can think of.
If the average human,
Like my
human
coffee
head
table.
is 8 pounds,
This one
So you're
has
talking
times
about
that
chair.
by like
And this thing's
4.
3. This
By
time's
3.
3
We're
times
talking
the
about like
height.
3 times, yeah.
lazy
So
boy
8,
recliner chair,
16,
right?
25. Yeah, it's about 25 pounds. Good. That was a good call, Oz. Yeah, it's a
just like-
25-pound giant head.
Just a round number, based on other things.
So I don't know what you're doing with that head, but you'll have to figure that out here.
Yeah, if
You don't
Novak
spend it all in one place.
I mean, I'm
Novak's
going
gonna
slowly.
cut it off, and her like probably dragging it across the ground away from the body because it's her head now. I'm like, it's not gonna fit my bag.
I mean, Azita's going to try and remove all the flesh off of it so she could wear it as a helmet.
I don't think we have the tools for that.
I got
Seems
my
a-
torture
Complicated.
tools.
There's some complicated rules that we'll be doing. To if you.
Maybe
Talon-
we could bring it
Taliesin
back to the
sees this
butcher?
and
Well,
he's
no,
like,
like I
that
said,
seems
it's
a bit
literally
derivative,
just
but-
skinning the like flesh off and then putting the skull intact over her head.
Skulls are not that simple.
It's a
hopefully.
difficult thing. It's just some rolls and things that would happen. We'll talk about
I
it.
think she should make a
Exactly.
survival check.
Would be.
I have the torture tools that are
At
finer
this rate,
instruments, so
this
You
it's-
have
bottom
some
jaw's going
tools.
to go up your ass so you would shut it.
I mean, I think it's.
I
big.
kid.
You could sit here and attempt to do this right now, and we could think about it and roll it out and see what you get and how long it takes you. Or you could toss it in the bag because it's just.
I mean, if
and
Novak's
it's
going to let
just
me
small
put it
enough
in the
that
bag.
it fits.
It's not gonna fit my bag.
It
I'm
just
saying
fits.
no.
It
I
does
don't
just
have
fit.
throwing
It does.
some goblin ears in my bag right now.
You
That's
have
fine. You have a magical bag, so Zeta's going to like try and force it. Like, is going to be carrying this giant skull, and being like, "Come on, it could fit."
Novak's gonna be like, you're gonna clean that before it goes in my bag. It goes to the dead body.
I guess it
Okay,
goes in the
out of
cart
character.
until I could work on it.
Out of character, would a fire clean off the flesh and blood and
That's-
lighten up the load?
Let's
Yes.
not
I mean,
do this out of game.
We could do it out of game.
oh, is this too much for you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Your end goal is you want to try and craft it as a helmet.
Well, not necessarily as a helmet. Just get it all the flesh cleaned off of it, and then wear the skull as a helmet.
Then my
Okay.
suggestion to you is to
Yeah.
throw it on the cart for
So it's
later.
a helmet.
Yeah, I guess it would be a helmet, but
Yeah.
What did you say? Ah.
well, right. Oh, I said she would wear the skull like intact as it is
You're
as a
pretty
helmet.
silly
So she
sometimes.
puts this helmet, like the skull, on her head, literally.
Okay, we'll do this later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Figure out ahead
Thank
for the moment.
We'll do
Alright,
it
so-
overnight.
Oh, unless you guys, what are you sitting here doing? Like, this is just happened on the road on your way. Are you?
Can I-
It's about 3 o'clock maybe ish in the afternoon. You know, heading towards setting on this end of February kind of day. When you
Oh.
said something, Allison?
I wanted to yell to everyone, "Come on, we have some to kill." When Jerk walked over to the boys, and talk to them. Was he still covered in ball blood?
Just
Does that have an effect?
That's a good.
I just think it's funny, but
It's a good thing you wore those pants today.
I mean,
But-
at least one of
Ball
them
blood
skipped
pants?
all the ball blood, so.
so I've gone back to the cart.
okay. You
I
guys
am on
get
the
back up
wrong
on the cart.
clicker. There we
Get
go.
things going.
But yeah, we've got some moles to kill.
I would also like to pick up my javelins before leaving this area.
I should probably
Okay.
grab my spears too.
I also pull my
My
arrows
spear.
out of the giant.
All right. Yeah, you're able to recover all of them. The metal in the end of them intact. You're able to go pick up all those things off there. Let me find my. I loot the tables. I know Taliesin said he was gonna go things on them. As you search through, they're goblins. They're not very well. You do find a few daggers.
Oh, I was just trying to cut off their ears.
Oh, you're
then-
claiming them with them too. So you guys had that kind of. Okay, I thought you were also
Yeah.
going for their stuff.
No, I mean I figure that they probably don't have much. I can
Well, I'm gonna
shoot
tell you-
magic, so
So there's a. All right. And then the hill giant. Just see what he had. In a gigantic, like satchel that really is. It's an adventurer's tent that's been picked up and used to wrap gear and things in. You find a number of things. Jerk, roll me a d12. What was it? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the table. 10. Okay, now I'm back over here. You find there's a wooden chest in his bag. It's a looks like it belonged to like some other smaller creature, like a goblin. It's filled with brightly colored fishing tackle, a few other like trinkets, odds and ends, and like 15 silver. But the chest itself is actually quite sturdy, but only like it's like 4 inches by 8 inches, and it has a lock on the front of it that wasn't latched and locked. But
It's a small replica of an actual treasure chest.
yeah, you have a small. And it's pretty ornate. There was only what was it, like 15? Did I say? I think I said 15.
15
So
is
like
what I
15 silver. But you see that the box itself, the chest itself, is much more valuable. So you think you could sell the chest for something like maybe 100 gold if you're lucky. He also has a skull necklace made of multiple humanoid skulls that he's wearing around his neck. It's on him. He has there's the satchel itself that was made of a tent, so you actually could like put that back together as a tent. It's just the cloth that was then wrapped up and tied very poorly, so you might be able to use that. And roll me another d12. Because you guys kicked ass. You guys annihilated him. He didn't even get to attack you.
Yup.
You find a couple riding saddles, a D4's worth of riding saddles. So he has 4. There's 4 riding saddles as well, and they're of a fine quality. You could sell them for more than what the average riding saddle goes for. Kind of just nice embroidery along certain pieces of the leather that's in them. You think for some reason the hill giant was keeping them after it ate the horses.
I mean, you don't eat the wrapper. That's just common knowledge.
Would have kept it for some reason. There's, yeah. All right. Yeah, it would be all. It's like it would be like dangling, and dragging on the ground.
I mean, Azito would see this, right?
There's enough like rope and stuff that you could. I mean, yeah, you chop the head off around it, but yeah, there's enough rope that you could probably cut it and it could be just hanging up off the ground.
How
with
about
a
bandoliers?
thick rope around your neck. It's bandolier.
It basically like
Oh.
vest style around both arms.
It would,
Human skulls?
yeah, of human skulls. It would be very awkward.
It's awkward now.
It would be
Yeah,
awkward.
that's pretty awkward, man.
With human skulls like underneath your arms, it would be difficult. You'd be having some you realize once you try it and you're trying like different ways to like wear this thing, that you would have disadvantage on dexterity checks because your arms just like flapping around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You could
but-
find other ways.
like this is so cumbersome. It implies an armor check penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like a goblin had stolen the box and was keeping things in the box, but the box itself was much more valuable. And it's actually a little portable, so you feel like if you wanted to use it, you could probably use your thieves' tools to lock it easily and then unlock it. The size
You
of the
have
chest.
the
4
key to
inches by
that
4 inches
lock.
by 8 inches.
Well, wait, no, never mind. Sparkle Gem has the key
So
to the lock.
A necklace of human skulls not fit in a box 4 inches by 4 inches by 8 inches.
Oh, I thought you meant the one on the cart. My bad. That's where I got confused.
Okay.
So, how long do you think all this like takes? Like, I have to have enough time to gather goblin ears. He's grabbing goblin hands.
The
also
argument,
grabbing-
the chopping of the head, buying up hands.
And somebody's gotta like be there with the kids to make sure they don't like.
I mean,
fall
I'll hang
into
out with the
something.
kids too while they're doing all this.
Crawling
Kinda
around
really
with swords.
feels-
Yeah, they're just like going on about you guys about like, well, they think you are like, that was so awesome. Like we're gonna tell absolutely everybody about the time that we took down a hill giant with sparkle motion. And they're getting really into it.
And I'm gonna let them rant. I'm
Adrenaline.
basically gonna be trying to divert their attention from the fact that the rest of the party is busy mutilating bodies
Yeah.
and fighting over body parts.
I've come back. I had said I'd come back to the cart, and I was talking.
I'll join. And you know what, Taliesin? Why don't we stand over here while we do it on
Yeah.
this side of the
On
cart?
the other side of the cart.
Yeah.
So they're not watching all the violence and gore happen.
I think these boys have shown bravery, and they've also shown cunning. Look at how smartly they set up their camp with a wall, and they've got some wisdom. I think they've earned some. We can take them far enough to stab some moles and then bring them back home. Let them complete their first bounty.
Dude, they're giant
yeah.
moles. They're supposed to be like, and he like gets up on his feet and like, stuff like they're supposed to be really, really big.
There was no
Not
picture.
that big, but really, really big.
I think they can do it.
It's gonna be awesome. But after the hour down, like their adrenaline kick has like hit, and they're finally starting to like chill. Just be like, oh. Yeah, guys, that was so awesome. So they've like used up a lot of energy being very excited about that thing. They're like down kind of in the cart just listening.
Yeah.
Like, what else have you guys done?
They're not going to be receptive to any lecture I have right now. I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now would be the moment. Now after they've chilled out while all this
So-
other stuff's
I mean, you could just stick a Zeta on them.
Let's say that each
Are
of
you saying Zeta needs to like beat up on some kids? Because I don't feel like she
Not
would do that.
physically.
let him have his thing. You guys
I like
argued
the-
about a head forever. What is Goblin?
Let's say that each of you could take one goblin in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah, well we can because I stabbed him and killed him. No, that's Chad. Chad's like, I mean, yeah,
What
yeah.
do you do when there's 3 goblins in front of you and then 3 behind them with bows?
And then more that are riding large wolf-like creatures.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't.
Maybe.
I mean, I guess we didn't really think about like all the stuff that was out here, and this is Pip. He's like, I guess we didn't really think about all that stuff that was out here. Chad's the one that killed the goblins. Like, yeah, I told you guys this is really dangerous, and we should probably just go home. Like, maybe if we like, maybe we could get, Mom could send us to get trained somewhere, like Neverwinter or something.
There's a phrase that comes up when you do enough of this, that the journey is more important than the destination. They usually don't mean it like this, but
Maybe it's about the friends you made along.
Carp's just like the last one. It's just kind of like, but
we're gonna see
like,
how the moles does.
well, what if we get like really strong, right? Like, what if we're
Oh, Ed, you
maybe
will.
tougher?
You
Okay.
will get tougher,
But that's gonna take some training.
but you gotta work through it. There's some things you gotta do to get there.
If you had gone to the Lord's Alliance and said that you wanted to try doing this mole bounty with them, maybe they would have escorted you in exchange for part of the pay, and maybe you would have done great with the moles. But we'll never know because this happened.
Well, yeah, but Carp's the only one who could go because he's 15, and he didn't want to leave us. And Carp's like, kind of, well, I mean, you guys are my adventuring party, I'm not gonna go without you. I was just gonna wait. But I couldn't wait anymore. I wanted to go on this adventure.
You couldn't wait.
Get it. I get it.
And then they kind of like, he's looking at it and he's has no idea how to split 2 silver between 3 people.
Don't encourage this.
He's like,
This is
they
not-
just-
Give him out the third silver.
it's just like,
Let me see what I have.
it's like, I guess, like,
I
I could
was
fix this.
I was adventuring when I was their age.
it's like Carp was fighting it and he,
Or not.
gave it, and then he gives the other silver to Pip.
That's not true. I'm only 57. It's the same. When you break it down,
I
the same.
In case any of you were wondering why the music became harps.
Is there a large tower?
I figured it's
In the
just your
distance.
bunch of children.
what the
In
what?
the distance. As after you've cleaned up this hill giant's body, you notice Talison's eyes catch it first, followed by Godwald. I think that's your passive perception order. Or am I
Yeah.
wong?
That sounds right. Either we're tied or his.
Yeah. Off in the distance, you see what at first looked like a tower on a distant like hill or over the horizon. Suddenly starts getting closer and closer and larger and larger.
Here.
And
It's a tree, right?
when you look up into the sky, it's on a cloud and it's moving closer. And now it's like it seems so big, yet because it's so far away, it's probably 1,000 feet in the air
First
amongst these
trees.
clouds. The thing itself is bigger than most buildings you've ever seen. Jerk, like once they point it out and you're looking up, you're thinking about like towers back in, in Neverwinter, and you haven't quite seen something like this before. And with Pubert too, like back in Waterdeep, this rivals the size of some of the tallest towers you've seen in that city. As it approaches and gets closer to you, the cloud that it's riding on now is the only thing that you can see, as it's directly above you. And as it spirals out, 1,000 feet worth of steps spiral down to the ground and land in front of you.
In front of the part of us.
There's children here. What are we supposed to do with this?
Like what is happening?
So you mean lands in front of the cart, where
Maybe
most
we
people
should
are at?
call it here.
It lands on top of the horse.
It lands right in front of your campsite here. But yeah, we could call it here for the night. It seems like a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good cliffhanger, right?
That
If I've ever
is.
seen one.
1,000 steps.
Hi, guys.
Also, what?
Good
I was
night,
really
Internet.
excited to use Call Lightning.